Hi, everyone. So my name, yes, it's Augustin, and I created EasyShip, which is a company that simplifies international shipping for small and medium enterprise. Here, I don't expect to be more expert than you in your field, and it's not going to be about deep down sourcing as we've seen as of now. It's more as how to take a step back and see how small business are leveraging technology to breach the barriers that are between them and the direct consumers. So we've seen a model that's arising, which is what we call direct-to-consumer, brands that access consumers directly and no middlemen in between. So this is the traditional model, and I think we speak about across today, where basically a brand has first an idea of a product, will work on studies, will try to validate the whole process of this product through focus studies and actual lots of questionnaires and trying to involve a lot of customers into the process. Once they actually validated this process and they wanted to have one particular product to be made, they will call and ask to have a sourcing agent to help them into finalizing the design or to actually make the link between the different, make the link between them and the manufacturer. Then we went to the process of manufacturing. Manufacturer then sent it to the distributors, and distributors would actually then find their ways into the customers, globally, but there wouldn't be no direct link between the actual brand and the customers, because customer would buy mostly through retail chain, which would be actually owned by distributors. Here, again, I'm specifying on small and medium business. I'm not talking about Quicksilver or brands that actually have a global partner and can have shops directly everywhere. What's happening now, what we're seeing more with technology, is that a lot of those players are getting either removed totally from the equation, or they're getting other way to actually get their answer. So the direct-to-consumer model. Here, we're talking about a brand. We're going to look at a brand that's called Linear, which is one of our clients, that's doing the most extreme direct-to-consumer model possible, which is starting by doing what we call crowdfunding. So I'm not sure if everyone is familiar with this business model, but if someone heard about what we call Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all of those platforms that allows someone that has an idea about a product can put it on a design, communicate the story, and just present it to the customers. Customer, if they actually like it, they're actually going to it's like a very long pre-order state, because the lead time usually on crowdfunding is like 8 months. So you're actually going to ask directly to the customer to validate the product and to finance the actual project. So this is where the validation steps of the process is actually, let's say, put down a notch. Then the manufacturing, now we have a lot of different tools that we're going to see a bit later on that allows you to keep contact directly with the manufacturer and have audit or QC through tools or web platforms such as ASI inspection. Then after, we replaced a bit the distributor with what we call fulfillment, e-fulfillment. It's like a warehouse that's it's connected through different channels, so either online or offline, that can actually service directly the clients directly from the warehouse directly to the client through an e-shop. So these models allow small and medium business to bypass most of the different barriers that were between them and the client. First, as we said, is that product validation and product financing is going to be done directly by the client. Second aspect of it is that the distributor is not anymore in between. Now, brands can access through Facebook marketing or Google marketing, Instagram, forums, SEO. They can access to the word through just simple tools and not with a huge investment. So that allows also to have a direct interaction and direct ownership of the clients, which was also something that usually distributor held against brands, because they were able to actually do their own private label because they own the actual consumer base. I think crowdfunding is also something that Brink can tell us about, linked through validation, because they actually help a lot of small companies to go through this process of meeting their customers and allow them then to ship it directly to the client. So the direct-to-consumer model is something that we're seeing arising quite a bit. When we first started EasyShip, I'm not saying it was 10 years ago, it was just 2 years ago, most of our clients were actually just buying out product from brands and selling them out on Amazon, on eBay, and on other different selling platforms. And now we see more and more people with the tools that are available for them, creating their own little niche brand, then putting their product onto crowdfunding platform, and then validating the brands, and then create what we call a global logistics with e-fulfillment with tools such as ours or other logistics tool. And that now we can see a lot more small brands that are actually global, which is something that would be impossible only like 5 or 10 years ago. So the people that are actually allowing this is, as I said, we have Indiegogo and Kickstarter, which we are, I'm just giving a few examples that I think summarize the panel of tools that a small business can actually access before going global. So Indiegogo and Kickstarter are the two main crowdfunding platforms. They're both global. And basically, they allow you to submit an idea and get validated on it. Shopify, as Magento and WooCommerce or other tools, is just a very simple interface that allows you to create a shop, an identity, within a few hours, and you can actually accept payment globally and sell globally. Then sourcing, manufacturing, again, I'm not going to speak a lot about it, but in my own word, when we look at just simple tools to actually just kick off and start on a small scale would be Asia Inspection and Alibaba. I have a lot of different friends that actually started their own business just by looking at the review and see who manufactures in this way, and then having Asia Inspection sent to this. And then on the fulfillment and shipping, of course, our brand or other brands allows you to actually just put your stock in one place and then get orders automatically fed in, and allows you to actually access to your customer directly. So this is just a few slides about what we see evolving as a fulfillment, because we see our client base changing, and as our client base are a small business, this is the tool that we're using. So I'm going to tell a bit more about my side of things, which is the actual shipping and the fulfillment, through what we created at EasyShip. So as we said before, I was working for Rocket Internet. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with this business, but it's a business that creates Amazon-like business outside of China and the US. So mostly in developing countries such as Southeast Asia, South America, and Africa. Started my career with them in Africa, building the local logistics where we were actually bringing e-commerce into Egypt around 5 years ago. This journey has been amazing, and we could really see that, again, a lot of small businesses that were out of Cairo that could not access the whole market of Egypt were able to do it through e-commerce. Then they basically asked me to come in Hong Kong and build what we call the cross-border marketplace. So finding different businesses, usually small, that can actually drop ship into the 5 countries that Lazada will present in, which was Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. So this mission was actually a huge journey, because international logistics, as most of you know, is actually a very big pain in the ass. So just to give you an example, it's like we had to come up just to ship into Southeast Asia with like 20 to 25 different shipping solutions. Everyone had their little specificity. If you want to ship to Malaysia and in the Kuala Lumpur region, you can use them. If you want to ship to Sabah, it's another one. If you want to ship something with a battery, then I cannot take it. If you want to ship above 2 kg, I cannot. So it's like huge complexity. So we went to the small and medium enterprise, and they say, no, I only ship to Europe, or I only ship to US because it's easy. So those guys could not access the international market because logistics was too hard for them. So we really tried to look at what we thought that was the main barriers to entry for those small businesses that wanted to go global. First barrier was who can ship what where. So just understanding this simple sentence is actually a huge hurdle. Once you understood that, the second one was how much does it cost? Everyone has their own pricing structure. I'm sure that all of you in sourcing have got quotation from freight forwarders and just got a headache out of it, right? So it's a bit the same. And then comparing them apple to apple, you actually need to have very big Excel skills. Third aspect is tax and duties. I think we mentioned it as well. Tax and duties is a pain, especially for a small business. Understanding global HS code and global implication of taxes is a huge pain. the last one is, especially in what we call B2C logistics, so the last mile, so the one that's going to actually reach the client, what's going to happen is that you will have to use multiple providers if you actually want to optimize your logistics and keep your margin on your business. And so those four things was like the four great wall for any small business that wanted to actually go global. So we went into this and we created EasyShip, which is an end-to-end solution that allows you to optimize logistics. If you want to ship into any country, we'll show you exactly the courier that are available, and we'll always give you the information. So it's not about us directing the flux into one particular courier, but it's more about showing you what's out there and what standard you want to give to your customer, whether it's a huge brand and you want to help them, or whether you actually sell cheap items and you actually want to just have a better pricing. Basically, what we do is that we also provide full visibility, whether for their clients or for the seller in terms of cost. We're integrated with most of the platform. We mentioned Shopify, but we're also integrated with big groups. And that is, I think, also one slide I want to like to keep on this. It's the dynamic rate solution. So here, again, we're giving the power to brands to be global in a way that was very hard before, in the sense that now, with tools such as EasyShip, they can just put their cost, their margin, and then they plug EasyShip, and every time their customer is going to buy something, the cart will actually indicate them what are the available solutions, how much is going to cost for them. So through the tools such as ours and Shopify, a small business of like two-man job can actually be global in less than an hour. And so here we're seeing that this is going to give a lot of ideas to different people. Now everyone, I think, that if you look at the US and how the e-commerce market evolved, they swamped with a lot of small brands, because now everybody that has 2 hours of spare time and a Shopify account is just going to put there and ship with USPS. And now the market is cluttered with small brands. And you're going to see that that will happen also on a global scale, and that will have a huge impact directly or indirectly into the way big companies does sourcing or big companies does distribution. I think you gave me the 2 minutes, so I don't have the time to do the video.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
No worries.
Okay. Boss?
The biggest problem that Shopify sellers face today is that there are more than 400 shipping companies in the world, and you only have time to check prices for one or two. What you need is full visibility on shipping costs and taxes, and a fully automated shipping process. By connecting your store to EasyShip, you can sync all your orders in one click and say goodbye to pen and paper. We'll provide you with pre-filled shipping documents and labels that are ready to print. And for a better customer experience, install dynamic rates to show real-time shipping options to your customers at checkout. Show the cheapest, fastest, and best value for money shipping options, along with taxes and duties for every order. Ready to start? Create your free account and never overspend on shipping again.
So I know that was a sales pitch, no worry. I just wanted to show how easy it was now for a small brand to actually set up a global logistics. And I do think that this will have tremendous implication on the way the whole industry works. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Augustin.